Hello, my name is Keshwani. That's K-E-S-H-W-A-N-I, Keshwani. We are here because we want to prepare for GMAT. We have been solving GMAT math problems out of this book here, GMAT Review, the official guide, the 13th edition. If you do not own this book already, purchase one immediately. You're going to need it. The problem that we are about to solve is the one that you will find on page number 290. Please turn to it. Page 290. Problem number 158. Problem number 158. It says, if Carmen had 12 more tapes, she would have twice as many tapes as Rachel. If Carmen had 12 more tapes, she would have twice as many as Rachel. The question simply is, does Carmen have fewer tapes than Rachel? Let's translate these statements. Let's translate these statements in mathematical form so that it's easier for us to work with these things. If Carmen had 12 more tapes, so if Carmen has C tapes, let's use C to represent the number of tapes Carmen has. If she had 12 more than that, whatever number that she has now, if she had 12 more than that, then we are told that she would have twice as many as Rachel, 2 times as many as Rachel. So that's our equation that is given to us. Question that they are asking is, does Carmen have fewer tapes than Rachel? In other words, the question here is C smaller than R? That's the question. Is C smaller than R? Let's see what they give us. In the first statement they tell us, that Rachel has more than 5 tapes. In other words, they're telling us that R is greater than 5. The easiest and the simplest way to analyze this whole thing is to just plug in some numbers more than 5 and see what happens with this equation, which is exactly what we're going to do here. So here's our equation here. C plus 12 equals 2 times R. Let's plug in something more than 5. Let's plug in 6. We're told that Rachel has more than 5 tapes. Let's put in 6 for Rachel. So if it's 6 times 2 is 12, and this is 12 already. So what value of C will satisfy this equation? 0. And here, as you can see, C is equal to 0, and C is in fact less than R. Because C is 0, R is 6. Let's try one more time, shall we? Let's plug in R equal to 10. Let's see what happens. If we plug in R equal to 10, we get 20 here. This is the 12 here, which means C must be 8, because 8 plus 12 is going to give us 20. So now C is 8, R is 10, again C is less than R. So far, answer to this question, does Carmen have fewer tapes than Rachel? So far, the answer is yes. Yes. Let's try one more time, shall we? Let's plug in 20 this time. Let's pretend that Rachel has 20 tapes. If Rachel has 20 tapes, then 2 times 20 would be 40. This is 12. What numbers do we need here to make it 40? Had it been 10, this would have been 30, so it's 28. 28 plus 12 will make it 40, which is 2 times 20. And now C is equal to 28, and R is equal to 20, C turns out to be greater. C turns out to be greater than R. We cannot give a definite answer. We cannot give a definitive answer as to whether or not Carmen has fewer tapes. First statement by itself is no good. A, D, B, C, E. Because the first statement by itself turned out not to be sufficient, we know now the answer cannot be A or D. It would have to be either B, C, or E. Let's see what they give us in the second statement. Anything worthwhile. Let's erase everything that we have done, the work in the first statement, so that we don't mix up the information from the two parts. You must never carry over your information, your memory, your thoughts from the first statement to second statement. You must erase, you must delete everything. Second statement, they tell us that Carmen has fewer than 12 steps. So Carmen has fewer than 12 steps. C is less than 12. Alright. So here's what's going on. If you look at this equation here, C plus 12 equals 2 times R. Okay, now listen carefully. Here's what's going on. This equation is given to us, which is why there's a box around here. Box signifies the fact that it is given to us in the problem itself, not this statement. Whatever is given in the statement, we cannot put a box around it because that whatever is given in the statement gets deleted when we go to the next statement. It's not fixed, it's not etched in stone. This is etched in stone. C plus 12 has to equal 2R, 2 times R, because that's what they tell us. If Carmen had 12 more tapes, she would have had twice as many as Rachel does. What do we gather from that? What we gather from is that it doesn't matter how many tapes Rachel has, whether she has 7 tapes, or whether she has 3 tapes, or whether she has 4 tapes. What we realize is that it doesn't matter whether she has odd number of tapes, or whether she has even number of tapes, because of the fact that it is being multiplied by an even number, 2 namely, this product will always be even. This product will always be even. So this is an even number. If this is an even number on this side it better be an even number also, because you cannot have an odd number equal to even number. This we know for a fact is an even number. We cannot have odd plus even. Odd plus even would be odd, which tells us the C, whatever it is, has to be even. C must be even. What we gather from that is that C must be even, which makes our life much more. It makes our life easier. I was going to say much more easier, but that would be silly. Much more easy, I guess, because we don't have to try out all the numbers 1 through 12. It's only even numbers, which is simply. So we're going to do it, which is exactly what we're going to do here. Here's our equation. C plus 12 equals 2 times R. And we're just going to plug in numbers. 2, 4, 6, 8, and 10. That's it. There's only 5 possibilities. And that's about the only way, well, not the only way, but this is probably the most economical way of taking care of the whole thing. The question here is, does Carmen have fewer tapes than Rachel? As long as the answer turns out to be consistently yes or no, we are fine. It cannot go back and forth. If it's either all yes or all no, then that's what it is. If it's not, then the second statement is no good. Let's find out. So if C is 2, 2 plus 12 would be 2 plus 12 would be 14, and this is 2 times 7. So here C is 2, C is less than R. If C is 4, 4 plus 12 is 16, which is 2 times 8, and 8 of course is bigger than 8 of course is bigger than, or 4 if you like. 4 is less than 8. This is C and this is R. This is C and this is R. If it's 6, 6 plus 12 is 18, which is 2 times 9, and of course 6 is less than 9. 2 more to go, very quickly. 8 plus 12 is 20, which is 2 times 10, and 8 is less than 10. 1 more to go, and as long as the answer does not change, we will say the second statement is sufficient. 10 plus 12 is 22, which is 2 times 11, and of course 10 is less than 11. So here's your Carmen. Does Carmen have fewer tapes than Rachel? The answer is yes. Because of the fact that we are given a constraint in the second statement, given does Carmen have fewer tapes than Rachel, the complete answer is yes, she does, provided that Carmen has fewer than 12 tapes. That's the condition. That's the condition that was given to us in the second statement. As long as that condition is met, then the answer is yes, she has fewer tapes than Rachel. As we can clearly see, it doesn't matter how many tapes Carmen has. Carmen can only have 2, 4, 6, 8 or 10 tapes, and in all the cases she has fewer tapes than Rachel. Second statement does the job. The answer is B. The answer is B. Alright? I will see you tomorrow. Okay? Bye now.